Hi, this is Teacher Jennifer from US Citizenship Podcast. Every week, we bring you practice interviews, quizzes, resources, and the latest news that help you get ready for your US citizenship interview. Last year, I released a free PDF, Mix and Match US Citizenship Interviews and Quizzes, which contained 20 practice interview scripts based on the N400 and 40 civics quizzes based on the USCIS civics questions. People can create a variety of practice interviews by pairing an interview with a quiz, then making double-sided copies. You can see examples of these interviews on our YouTube channel. This week, I am joined by my fellow citizenship teacher Miguel Flores from Cutler-Orosi Adult School. We finally met in person at a CASAS EL Civics Conference in Ceres, California. Between workshop sessions, we sat down and did a quick practice interview based on the Mix and Match Citizenship Interviews, Series B, Practice 2, paired with multiple choice civics quiz on the USCIS questions 1 through 12. After the interview, I talk a bit with Miguel Flores about his citizenship class in Cutler-Orosi, which is in the heart of California. Then I will talk a little bit more about the CASAS EL Civics project and my sponsor, OTAN, Outreach and Technical Assistance Network. You can see my workshop presentations from this conference, Citizenship Class 101, 10 Tips for a New Citizenship Teacher, and Tech Up Your Citizenship Class on USCitizenpod's blog post for January 26, 2018. Let's get started.
My name is Miguel Flores, and I am a citizenship teacher for Cutler-Orosi Joint Unified School District. And I have a few questions that I would like to ask you.
Thank you.
Explain how you are eligible to become a U.S. citizen.
I have been a legal permanent resident for 5 years.
What is your full name?
My full name is Jennifer Margaret Gallardi.
And what is your date of birth?
My date of birth is October 14th, 1959.
What is your current home address?
I live in San Jose.
How do you support yourself?
I am a teacher.
Have you taken any trips outside of the United States?
I have taken one trip outside the United States.
What is your marital status?
I am single.
And do you have any children?
No children.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen?
No, I have not.
Have you ever registered to vote in any U.S. elections?
No, I have not.
Do you file your taxes every year?
Absolutely. I file my taxes every year.
Do you belong to any groups or organizations?
Yes, I belong to a teachers' union.
Have you ever broken the law?
No, I have not.
Do you support the Constitution?
Yes, I support the Constitution of the United States.
Do you promise that everything on your N400 is true?
Yes, I do. Now we're going to go to the civics section.
What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
What does the Constitution do?
It sets up our plan of government.
The idea of self-government are in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words?
We the people.
What is an amendment?
A change to the Constitution.
What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights.
What is one right of freedom from the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech.
How many amendments does the Constitution have?
27.
What did the Declaration of Independence do?
It announced our independence from Great Britain.
What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence?
Life and liberty.
What is the freedom of religion?
You can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
What is the economic system in the United States?
Capitalism.
What is the rule of law?
Everyone must follow the law. It is so nice to meet you, Miguel. Can you introduce yourself again?
I am Miguel Flores, and I teach ESL and citizenship classes for Cutler-Orosi Joint Unified School District.
How long have you been teaching citizenship?
This is my first year.
Congratulations. Can you talk to me a little bit about what happens during your average class?
We will go over vocabulary. We go over the questions very thoroughly. We read, I have them repeat the answers, and we go over any questions they have. I make sure that I take the time to answer their questions.
What have you learned as a teacher about teaching citizenship?
It's about my students, how eager they are to do whatever they need to do to become U.S. citizens.
What has been the most difficult thing for your students about preparing for their citizenship test?
I think it's the language barrier.
Yeah. Did they learn most of their English at school, or is it on the job?
In my case, with my students, it's at school because a lot of them don't have that language at home, so that's why they're coming to my class.
And are your language students predominantly Spanish speakers down in Cutler-Orosi?
Yes, the majority of them are Spanish speakers, but then there are other groups also who have a lot of English skills.
Finally, do you have any advice for students preparing for citizenship?
Yeah, I think my advice is to do it on a daily basis, just every day. Be consistent, and don't let any day go by without studying.
Great advice. Don't let any day go by without studying. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was great to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A quick word about CASAS and OTAN. CASAS is a nonprofit organization that provides assessments of basic skills for youth and adults to target instruction. The English Literacy and Civics Project, or EL Civics, is funded under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, known as WIOA, and the Adult Education and Family Literacy Act. The purpose of the EL Civics program is to support projects that demonstrate effective practices in providing and increasing access to English literacy programs linked to civics education. Congress has reserved this funding for integrated English literacy and civics education services to immigrants and other limited English proficient populations. According to Congress, to effectively participate in education, work, and civic opportunities in this country, immigrants and other limited English proficient persons must not only master English, but be able to understand and navigate governmental, educational, workplace systems, and key institutions such as banking and healthcare. To that end, CASAS hosts 3 EL Civics Conference in Northern, Central, and Southern California so that teachers can share best practices as related to their EL Civics programs. To learn more, go to CASAS.org. OTAN is Outreach and Technical Assistance Program, an initiative by the California Department of Education. The mission of OTAN is to lead California adult education in the integration of technology into the educational process, ultimately empowering learners to meet their academic, employment, and civic goals. On a much more personal note, working in Silicon Valley IT departments for over 20 years well prepared me to work with immigrants with varying degrees of English fluency, but did not prepare me to use tech in the adult education classroom. By participating in OTAN training sessions, I learned how to adapt technology to empower adult students and their teachers to acquire new tech, language, work, and life skills. Thanks to the OTAN folk for everything. Teachers, if you get the chance, attend OTAN's Technology and Distance Learning Symposium, March 9th through 10th, 2018 in Napa, California. You'll pick up some cool new tech tips and meet some even cooler techie teachers. To learn more, go to otan.us. Thanks to the students and staff of Milpitas Adult School. A special thanks goes out to Miguel Flores from Cutler-Orosi Adult School. Please visit us on the web at uscitizenpod.com, where you can find our Mix and Match Citizenship PDF. While you are there, click the link for the USA Learn Citizenship, a free online citizenship preparation course from the Sacramento County Office of Education. Thanks for listening. I know that you will be a great American citizen.
Every day, be consistent. And don't let any day go by without studying.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.